Okay, I think I can confidently say I am hyped for NASCAR 25. I didn't think I would be saying that. I really didn't even have that part of the cards. But this dev diary, I think, has convinced me. Because I originally thought that this game was just going to be kind of like NASCAR Heat 4, but like really polished. Maybe not in the sense of like it drives exactly like Heat 4, but it's going to be like a fine game. But this dev diary, for the first time, we're getting competent gameplay. I'll try to show it here at some points here. We're gonna do some fancy editing here to get to that. So here's our gameplay. We actually get a shot of the car, the track, I mean, everybody's kind of known this already. But what's really cool is just the overlay. I really wasn't that picky on it, but it looks completely fine. I like how it all looks. I like the car map there on the left hand side showing the tire wear, and it looks like it says aero, engine, oil temp. So it has like all the percentages. It reminds me of a Heat game with that like layout, which again, I don't mind. I didn't mind that part with the Heat games. The track map looks good. The time, I think the time, like, it actually goes up and you actually can see the time in real time, like the numbers going up, which the Heat games never did. I've always liked it, even back in the Thunder days, where you can actually see the time, click, click by. So that's also great. Noah Gregson also said somewhere that the game drove a lot like the Eugenics games, which I'm fine with. I like the Eugenics games driving model. That's probably my favorite NASCAR game driving model ever. I have no problems with that. Hearing that is comforting. Just seeing this little bit here and just how the car kind of reacts and handles, even when it tapped the wall there, it wasn't just like it glued you to the wall. So that alone is promising. I like the way that feels. And the fact that there's already wall scrapes, I don't know if that means like when you hit the wall scrapes actually like exist, which we haven't had that in a NASCAR game since like NASCAR 15. So that's also like a nice detail. And even just that little bit of just the car tapping the wall and how it interact with it looked good. I don't really have any problems with that. And just in that little clip, and as we're going to see throughout like this almost 5-minute video, the frame rate's not really a problem. It's actually, there's like all that worry and concern is gone, because that William Byron clip was so bad. The little preview that they did for Bristol looked awful. Sorry. It looked really bad. It looked choppy. It did not look good. It did not present the game in a really good way. And granted, it's a 3-second teaser. People are up in arms about it, overblowing it way more than it should. I think people should just criticize that it looked bad. I really highly doubt the game was actually going to run like 20 frames per second. But it was definitely a genuine concern, because in one of the previous dev diaries, it showed the gameplay looking a little choppy. Did not look right. So having that and this little preview at Bristol like messing things up, I can understand people's concern, because I was concerned. People are overblowing it, saying it looked like a PSP game. Like, Twitter's just a toxic cesspool of garbage. That's nothing new. The takes are just like absurd or nonsensical. So like I'm not shocked about that. But yeah, the HUD, the layout, obviously the mirror is not there, but I've seen in later pictures the mirror actually works. So we're gonna have our first game with a proper mirror since NASCAR Heat 5. That's how bad it's been. I'm sold on a mirror. That's how bad it's gotten. Like, NASCAR 25 is already a better game because it has a fucking mirror. My lord. Yeah, just again, like, just how the truck behaves, the characteristics, the weight. I can't say like sways like the Heat game, because I was a little bit concerned of just that aspect. But again, I don't really have any problems with it. I really don't. I'm actually kind of amazing myself how much I'm looking forward to it, because I didn't really have that much interest. But seeing this stuff has really made me feel like there's something. It made me feel like there was something there. Like there's a reason to get hype. Also, too, this is dumb. This is dumb to point out, and we're micromanaging the shit out of this, but we're gonna milk this for all it's worth. But there's two small shots. I think this is the first one when it shows the screen again. But watch the truck. Like, watch the way the truck hits the apron. That little bit right there, that's good. That's some good shit right there, because that tells me it's not going to be like Heat Evolution. It's not going to be like Heat 2 or Heat 3 where you tap the apron and your car spins. Heat 4 and 5, they fixed that. But that little bit, that is great, because that means the apron's not going to be just ridiculous and make you spin out. So it's not going to be like NASCAR 6. It's not going to be like NASCAR 7 with that ridiculousness of it. So that's also really good to see. I don't know if anyone else is going to point that out, but I love those little details, and that is huge. We get another shot of the screen. As you see, the lap time was going up, which is what I was saying before. Yeah, as you see, the lap time's going up. So I like that. I've always liked seeing the lap time in real time. I love that. I like the HUD, everything. I'm repeating myself, but the way it looks. I thought I heard, maybe I'm misremembering and mishearing it, but I thought the tachometer stuff was always going to look different from each series, so it stands out. So I was thinking maybe it was going to be a bit different. I don't know. Maybe that's something they can. I'm not. That's like a that's like a nitpick. I'm fine with it, but yeah, I don't. Again, I like what I see. Graphically, it looks fine. Some people are saying it looks like Ignition. Maybe it's a nuclear take. I can sort of see that, but that's not a bad thing. Graphically, Ignition's a nice looking game, but the way it looks, I'm hoping the way it drives is what is like the Eugenics games, because if it's like inside line 13 to 15, then we're in really good categories for like the driving experience, at least for it to be fun. How the AI are going to behave, how the pit strategy is going to work, like how is the AI going to handle like a 25% race with like 4 times tire and fuel? Like, are they going to pit when they're supposed to? Are they going to be stupid with because the stages kind of throw everything upside down. So I don't know how that's all going to work, but I like what I see so far. I really, I'm kind of amazed. Like it's made someone that's super cynical and cold-hearted towards modern NASCAR for the Cup side of things actually care. Also, I think just racing these games are way more funner than to watching them anymore. At least for the Cup Series. So, hey, it's selling me. It is selling me. Another thing to point out, and it's going to be once again stupid, but we're grasping for straws in any capacity. But just for the cockpit side of things, I like how much wheel inputs being shown. The Tennis games never really did that. The Heat games never did that because the wheel just kind of barely moves like this. But in a stock car, it's way you turn way more. So I like the emphasis of that because it shows like there's more effort. Like just that much amount of turning. At least as far as I remember, the Heat games, the Eugenics never really did that. So hey, it's nice. I appreciate that. Get a bit of our like practice menu and stuff. Again, I don't know what really to say. It looks fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like the way the camera panned around. That's fine. That's cute. Again, no problems with that. We get our first shot of the driver select screen menu. Again, that's great. Where are the stats though? Where are the fucking stats? I want to see stats. I'm getting scared. I'm getting anxious. Where are my stats? I got his stat for his age. Okay, stats are okay. We got wins, so we got that. What about top 5s, top 10s? Dope. We need more. I appreciate that we got some, but we need more. But again, I like the driver select screen. It looks like it's going in like regular alphabetical order. So that's cool. We get a shot of the car. And the way it's flipping through each car. Does it actually flip? No, it does not flip through each car. I thought it... Okay, we actually did get one shot of it. Okay, I need to look at it more closely. No frame rate drops. Oh, it was a little bit. We got Coney Dennison in there for a split second. Can I see that real quick? Yeah. Yeah. That's hot. Okay. Shout out to him. So yeah, there was a little bit of like the weird pixelated thing when it transitioned. I don't know if that's going to be how it is in the final game, but it's something to point out, something to notice. But hey, that's still better than the freaking Ignition, where like even the driver select screen was glitching out and doing weird shit. So like that minute thing, that's still better than Ignition. But yeah, it looks nice, nicely laid out. Again, it's a team name, driver profile. I mean, it all looks good. Nice to see the age and the wind stuff. Reminds me a lot of like World of Outlaws 24 with a little bit of that, just a bit different. I like how there's a little bar here to show like how far you're going down. Everything looks simple, like easy to understand, easy to digest. Again, it's a positive, but with how bad things were in past like NASCAR games, like this positive is a big deal, even if it's simple. Once again, another good shot of the cockpit, how much the wheels being input, how much turn is being shown. I don't know if that's like over the top or exaggerated. I'm not the expert here. I'm just saying I appreciate that there's more input, because the Heat in Utahs never did that. So like it's great to see that. Also, we get like a draft meter here. So I guess the cockpit, like I guess this stuff here changes compared to if you're in the third person. Maybe that's it, or maybe it's customizable. I don't know. Just something to speculate on. We definitely get a lot of cockpit shots, so I think Disco Inferno's gonna probably like seeing that, because he's a cock kind of guy with the pit. So that's I'm sure he's gonna appreciate seeing that. Maybe they did that for him. Maybe they did that because they know that he's watching. They're talking about like the track layout stuff. And once again, like this shot with Bristol, once again, it's simple. I like how there were sparks too. Did you see that? There's like sparks. Was that sparks? Am I seeing shit? Like, are we gonna get like freaking sparks? We have not seen like sparks on a car since like NASCAR 15. That looked like sparks. Am I seeing shit? Did I see, like, is that? I don't know. There was something there. And that one freaking frame or something. My computer can't handle me clicking, apparently. Yeah, see that? There's like a little bit of sparks. So is that in the game too? I mean, that's appreciated as all hell if that's the case. Like that's cool. I again, and also a third person, because I'm gonna be a third personer for life. I like how it looks. I think it's just far enough. The Heat games were like too close, where the bumper was like getting cut off from the view. So like this is just far enough back. And then in the Heat 5, they made it be like way too far out. So this is like a good balance. Again, it seems like just common sense for just placements of just the camera and the layout. Everything is just like common sense shit, like things that should have been obvious. Like again, that's awesome. And the way the car interacts here, or how it drives, it really genuinely does make me feel like it's like an inside line game, or like one of those NASCAR 15 ones. It reminds me of that so much. Get another the screen select for the truck series. Again, no problems with that layout. Cool to have Roger Cruth in there, because it's getting surreal, because I'm at that age now where like a lot of these driver ages, like they probably grew up with like the same NASCAR games I did. So I don't know if I should have total truth in what they're saying in this like dev diary. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to be wasting people's time. And also, this is the second time where the car hits the apron at Richmond here. I want to show that. See that that way the car interacted with that. I know it's stupid. I know it sounds stupid me going into detail, but like shit like this gives me hope. Whether that was their intent or not, it tells us how the car is going to interact with stuff. The way it hit that apron there, that gave me NASCAR 15 vibes in a good way, because like I don't want the apron to just spin you out immediately. So once again, that's huge. That's a big freaking deal. And how the car just handled that little bump, that's good shit. Good shit. I like that. I'm actually kind of blown away by that. So, again, whether that they meant to show that or not, it really helps. Also, one thing I want to point out that I didn't even think about in the video. Thank you to Elite Precision for making the tweet. But it's possible in NASCAR 25 you could drive an ARCA car at Richmond, which they don't run at that track in the ARCA series. So with that, that must mean potentially you can mix and match like anything. So does that mean like ARCA cars can run at stuff like, where Cup cars can't, or Cup cars can run at like ARCA tracks? Like, is that a possibility? I don't know, but it is really interesting. So it does make me wonder about that aspect too. If that's the case, then like that's wild. Like, I would love to run like Xfinity cars at like ARCA tracks. That would be kind of freaking awesome. So that kind of makes it even more interesting. Like, just like the options and track and series combinations will be so much content just on that alone for just one-off videos or anything. Like, that stuff is great. So I'm really curious to see what's gonna, like, can we run ARCA cars at the Mexico track? Like, is that possible? I don't know. It's just like, it's interesting, and especially the Chicago Street Course. Like, just that type of combinations kind of that's kind of fun to think about. So if that's the case, just on that screenshot, maybe that's a possibility. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Like the Cup Series, we can go to the Cup Series at Rockingham, or that's that's Trucks at Portland, Xfinity at North Wilkesboro. Oh my god, that's hot. I'll goon to that. That's, oh my god. Yeah, that's just like the combination of stuff you can, like, oh my, Xfinity at fucking North Wilkesboro. I've always wanted Xfinity to go North Wilkesboro just because that track is so freaking good in the Truck Series. Like, Xfinity would just, oh my god. If that's a possibility, there are so many freaking, like, stream ideas. Like, 100% race with the Xfinity cars in North Wilkesboro. Cup Series at the Rock, even though that might suck, but like the idea of Cup Series going to Rockingham, like conceptually, would be cool. Ooh. If we could mix and match track car combos, oh boy, that's good. Okay, let's get back into the regular video, and I just want to throw this in. Once again, this is the William Byron shot, Texas again, camera angle. Oh, that's good. Again, I don't know what really to say. You definitely get this. There's definitely a little bit of bumps that you see. Yeah, a little bit there going in the one. So that is also good. Like, just that little bit of detail, like the little bit of track characteristics. That's, again, I say Lowe's. I think I said, I don't know, Charlotte. That's good. I mean, again, any little track details or like the imperfections of the track is appreciated. So yeah, again, I think this game is going to be better than what I think it's going to be. Like, just like for a first year game, I think it's going to be pretty decent. Like, I think it's definitely going to be lacking some features. If they don't have fucking stats for like more comprehensive stats, we're going to have a problem. Like, this shirt's coming off, the pants are coming. I'm going to be really mad. We should not be screaming to the heavens for that. So like, we're a little bit thin ice with that aspect, but there's definitely going to be a very strong foundation to build off of. And again, graphically looks great. But again, I hate the narrative that it's just like Ignition when they're not even using the same game engine for that. It's completely different. So I hate that. It's just, yeah, that narrative's just been stupid from the start. I mean, again, this is cool. It's nice to see stuff like this. I'm curious about more about the pre and post race presentation. Like, how much is there going to be a part of it? Like, I don't know how much to anticipate. I don't know what is even fair to assess of like what a first year game should be. I guess the bar is just like, don't have it be a nightmare like Ignition, and don't have it be bare bones like Heat Evolution. So maybe there is some kind of in between there. But I would love for that to get more. I would love for like the pre-race stuff where it's like if you've been like a terrible driver and they actually roast you for it. Like, that would be funny. I'm sure that's like down the road. I just think it's really funny because you make your driver just be like a complete ass. And the idea of just the announcers having multiple, like 5 or 6 maybe different lines that they can say of just how bad they've been. That'll be really funny. Like, stuff like that, I think, goes a long ways because Thunder 04 did that a lot with unique driver introductions or unique unique comments. I muted my freaking Discord. Why am I still getting bloops? I'm just, again, the layout here is fine. I think it looks cool. I think it's simple enough. Again, I'm not going to be that picky on this particular stuff, but again, I gotta give them props. Finally, we get something of substantial things to talk about. It's been far too damn long, but this is really appreciated because I've been waiting for something to talk about, not just a 3-second video. Like this is like there's some actual freaking meat here to like get into, and the way the cars were interacting with stuff like that's huge. Yeah, I see the change setup thing there. That definitely gives me like the freaking cursor. It's right there. But the change setup, 50% loose, that definitely gives me Heat vibes. I feel like there's going to be like Heat elements sprinkled in there, the way it looks. So, again, that's not a bad thing. It's like some of the Heat elements were fine. It's funny to kind of see that, since I think Monster Games definitely have had a hand in creating this to some capacity. Just in some of the stuff I'm seeing. Oh, I saw the thumbs up. That was a nice little detail. Yeah, this like that shot, like the way the camera angle looked, like actual genuine gameplay. I mean, they were just leaving pit road, but I know people are really concerned with like having control on pit road, having control under caution. It's like I'm fine if that's an option, but I've seen people play NR03. Going through the caution pace laps in real time is just absolutely miserable and boring. That's one case in video game form. To cut that out, I'm fine with. If there's an option to switch it on or off for the hardcores that want it on, then like sure. Again, even if it's things I don't care for, at least having that option, go for it. I don't want that to be like that's the only option. There's no way you have to endure the caution. Like imagine stage breaks at a long ass road course. Like, oh sweet Jesus, like go and frickin' take a nap. So like again, options are always good. I don't want that to, like it's just one of those things like to clarify, like as long as there's an option for it, I don't care, but that definitely shouldn't be the main priority in the first year game. At least maybe that's just me. So, and you see that when it got back out on track, the freaking mirror was there. So this is definitely a more recent build of the game compared to whatever the drivers had. So that is, I think, a big deal. I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's important. And the draft meter too. And that, again, it reminds me of like the Thunder games a little bit. Just having a draft meter, like I know it's like innocuous detail, but like it's kind of cool to get reminded of like what Thunder 04 influenced, or random details like that, or just anything. So that's cool. And he was mentioning how there will be some like I guess more substantial stuff in gameplay like a month before the game comes out. So sometime in September. Still got another month or so from that. That's basically it with the video. It just says coming fall 25 because it comes out in October. So yeah, it looks promising to me. I'm actually amazed how much I'm looking forward to it. I didn't really expect to care that much because back in like April, I really didn't care. I just didn't care. Maybe there just wasn't enough detail. But hey, the game has won me over. That for a cold, cynical bastard like me, that I think that goes a long ways. That doesn't mean whatever happens, if they're gonna make me like get the game early or whatever they're gonna do, I'm gonna remain honest how I've always been with the game. I'm gonna tell you the positives, I'm gonna tell you the negatives, what the shortcomings were, what the positives are. I'm gonna be fair with that. I'm not gonna have anyone sway me. So I want to make that clear, even though it's just. So I'm very curious to see what's, because I don't like, this is like I said at the beginning of the video, this is the first time since like Heat 4 I've been like excited. And that's been a long ass time. Like Heat 4 I kind of knew what that was going to be because I had the community manager, he was saying how much my Heat 3 video like helped with the game. So I feel like because of that video, I think we got the game to be where, you know, when you tap the apron, it doesn't spin you out. So like the driving model got improved because of that. So I think my video helped in some capacity. So I feel like I made Heat 4 better just through my influence in a way. in some capacity. I have to imagine, which makes me feel amazing that I made Heat 4 better with that aspect. At least that's what I think. I don't know. So I was super into Heat 4 with what they were wanting to go for with that. And I'm always going to have a soft spot with that. And with this, it's giving me, like, it's making me excited. Like, playing the NASCAR games have always been way more funner to do than watching them as of late with the Cup Series side of things. Again, I've not watched Cup Series since November, so I do not know what's really going on with it. I'm more excited to drive the Xfinity cars. I'm very curious that the characteristics between the cars are going to be like really different from each other. The Heat games never really did that, other than really tiny details, or maybe the cars aren't going as fast, so like, or they're a little bit more sluggish. So there definitely wasn't characteristics there, but it's just really like minute. Like, I want the Xfinity cars to drive like they should drive like amazing, where they actually feel like you can get up close to a car, dirty air's not going to bother. Then a Cup car is just like dirty air just ruins everything. Like, that'll be really funny. Like, I really hope the Xfinity cars drive like amazing, because that's going to be kind of my main focus in a bizarre way. That and probably the ARCA series. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do for this. Again, for a first year, it's definitely more than what I expected. And it seems like, especially in those clips there, the frame rate is not an issue. So whatever issues that they were having with that, that's gone. So like, that was one of my good concerns. So we can wipe that off the table. There's nothing to worry about with that aspect of it. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see how it's going to be. You bet your sweet Bippy, I'm going to make videos on this game. I'll tell you that much. Streams coming back. I'm going to be coming out of fucking retirement for this game. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Engage. I don't know why that sounded really forced. Like I'm forcing you to engage. Well, you damn right I'm going to force you to engage. I'm sorry. It's been too long since I made a video. Anyways, I'll see you all next episode of whatever I do. I'm talking like it's a Let's Play. I don't know. I'll see you all in whatever video I do next, and take care.